Hi, today I'm going to discuss about the Spring Boot application development. This is the introduction part of the Spring Boot course. So let's start about the Spring Boot application development. So in this lecture, I will explain about the introduction of the Spring Boot, the application of the Spring Boot application, and the features of the Spring Boot application. So Spring Boot application is based on the Spring framework. Earlier, we have used the Spring framework to develop the scalable application. But Spring Boot is very easy if I compare it with the Spring framework application development, because many of the things in the Spring Boot is automatically embedded. We don't need to configure the application separately. It it creates many of the startups which is required to develop any application is embedded in the Spring Boot framework. So it is very easy to create a standalone application. We can easily create a production based application using the Spring Boot. And just one word we can use with the Spring Boot application development, that's just run the application. Because I told you it is being auto configured. You can get servers, you can get the embedded database. So everything is there to start your application. So it's in terms of Spring Boot, we can say we can just run the application, everything is being embedded automatically. And apart from this auto configuration, we can easily integrate third-party libraries easily in our Spring Boot application. Like if you want to embed it, the third-party database like MySQL, you can use very easy with the help of the Spring Boot dependency. So you just add the Spring Boot dependencies of the MySQL database and easily it can be available in your application. So if I'm talking about the features of the Spring Boot, it contains many features actually. If you compare the features of the Spring Boot with the Spring framework, so you can get many advantages over the Spring framework. Like one feature I discussed, like it is a standalone Spring application. So if you are working on the Spring Boot application development, so uh, you don't take care about the configuration, because in the web application development, configuration of the project is one of the complex part, right? So Spring Boot application give us a small, or you can say easy way to configure the application. It is embedded many applications I told you, like embedded Tomcat is being available for you, and you can say Jati is also being there. And another way I can say that there is no need to use the WAR file in the Spring Boot application, because it is uh, give you the ready to use application. So if you are working with this Spring Boot application, you don't worry about the WAR file for the deployment purpose. I'm talking about the dependencies. Dependency is one of the starting way to work on the Spring Boot application, because in the Spring Boot application, everything is depends on your dependencies. Whenever you require anything, any library, any third-party library, you just go to the Spring Boot dependency website and directly copy paste the dependency and put into your form.xml file. So that is the configuration file. So dependency can be easily added. You just copy and paste in the form.xml file. You can easily do basic part, means if you want to check the health of your application, right? You want to check the configuration of your application. You want to start your application with different type of port numbers. You can easily do with the help of the Spring Boot configuration. This is one of the important feature I can say. So in that case, you can easily use the help checks easily. You can use the matrices, and also you can use the externalized configuration with the help of the Spring Boot application features. We can also work on the XML based configuration. So easy configuration is available for the XML based configuration in the Spring Boot application. So in uh, in simply word, if I say that Spring Boot application development is simplified way to develop your web application using the Java programming, and it is very easy if I compare it with the traditional web application development where we need to configure everything explicitly. But Spring Boot application giving you the way to configure something, some part is automatically configured in Spring Boot application, and some part you can easily add it with the help of the Spring dependencies. So let's start with the some part of configuration of the Spring Boot application. So we'll in the next video I will tell you how you can configure your first Spring Boot application using the Eclipse. So in the next video, I will tell you about the way to handle the configuration part using the Eclipse. So we'll meet in the next video about the configuration and the Eclipse ID. Thank you.